when after watching video after video to help me plan my Disney trip, that I embarked on this dream of having my own YouTube channel. I started evaluating what my niche would be in terms of looking at two things. Number one, what was available, and number two, what I could talk about for 3 hours or 3 years or a year, something like that. Anyway, so the two things that it boiled down to was Disney and horses. Well, at that time I was working a full-time job that took more than 40 hours a week. And while I embarked on a seasoned Equestrians channel, I wasn't able to sustain it. I worked to try to build a channel that focused on Disney, but then I realized that that's really hard to do when you are located away from Disney. I left my paid job to become self-employed, and I thought my world has opened up. I decided that I would niche down and focus on giving guidance and advice on my seasoned life. Well, I feel like I've run straight into a dead end on that as well. I haven't just felt inspired. Where do I want to go with this channel? I'm going to go back to what my original heart was, using this platform as a way to get back engaged with my horse. I'm not a professional. I am just your regular everyday amateur owner, but I'm going to use this channel as an opportunity to share with you my process and what I'm going through to bring Ruby back into work. I hope that it will afford us the opportunity to engage in conversation where you share with me your experiences and how you might handle something that I'm dealing with in any particular way. Because what that may end up doing is not only helping me, but it may also help somebody that's watching this. So I'm glad you're here. I really do appreciate the opportunity to share this very special part of my life with you. And I am going to get started now. So this is my sweet Ruby, aka Princess Powder Puff, or Triple P, as she is affectionately known. She is a 2002 registered Irish Draught mare. Her registration name is Prescott's Ruby. She was imported from Ireland in utero, foaled out in Texas, and spent most of her life prior to my getting her in Maryland. But for farrier work, this is probably the second time in the last 18 months that she has been in the wash rack, and her grooming status is evidence of that with her long mane and the quite evident dirt on her body. She looks pretty happy, don't you think? I bought these because I thought these were really super cool. They've been used all at one time, as you will probably be able to tell when I start using them on her body. I met my first Irish Draught when I was in Ireland in 2007 with my sisters and my mom. I fell in love with the breed because the mare that I rode on two different hacks was a wonderful bay Irish Draught mare that just seemed to have a lot of common sense. I got Ruby in 2011 and really only wanted to get back into horses to trail ride, but because I was taking lessons at a dressage barn, that's the path we pursued. What I learned quickly was she is a strong horse, a powerful horse, and she really likes to get out and enjoy time out in the field and outside of the arena. What's going to be interesting here is the camera, because she's not a camera girl. So we'll see what happens. What do you think? What do you think about that? Huh? Ruby Star. We're going to walk out. Not exactly great horsemanship. Billy's wishing us well. Maybe. Oh. Oop. Oh. Thank you. All right. I was very intentional about not speeding up this segment so that you could actually see the true nature of her gait. I recognize that there's not a lot of energy here, but that's okay. That wasn't the purpose of this session. This was just to get her out, get her moving, get her back into work. She's been out of work since June of 2020. This was more just getting her moving and to assess how well she's listening. For the sake of time, I will speed up some segments. Lunging is only going to go so far with her. She is so smart and gets bored easily. She also figures out what we are doing, starts finishing my sentences. She recognizes patterns. And then when she realizes that things aren't going the same way she knew they went last time, she takes matters into her own hands. I see this as an opportunity to train myself in a way that helps me keep things fresh and interesting for her. I really do appreciate Ruby's work ethic. When I ask her to give me a little bit more energy, she responds by breaking into a trot. This wasn't disobedience. She's trying to do what I ask. I need to be fair to her and recognize that she's just not fit enough right now to really do what I'm asking her to do. But that's what this is all about. Getting her started slowly to start building back up her muscles. So here I start asking her to whoa. This is the second ask. The third. She's thinking about it. Fourth. Dribble, dribble, dribble. 5. 6. So the evaluation for me is, what are we dealing with here? Is this horse needing time to refresh her memory to return to work? Am I not being clear in my instructions? Or is she being disobedient? You'll notice it's taking her longer to come to a halt this time. I try to be a little bit firmer with her. I need to be fair, but I also need to remember that she's smart and she knows what whoa means. Is it too early or is it unfair to get firm with her when she's just starting back to work? As my effort accelerates, she responds with a really nice canter to depart that you didn't see off camera. So I let her work harder until she decides she wants to settle down. She gets feisty off screen. So this was not what I had planned on happening. I wanted it to be a very calm, laid-back exercise. So because she decided to escalate it, which in fairness was in response to my ask, I decided I needed to adjust my plan for the day. What that meant was I was going to have a shorter session with her, even though I had intended this to be a very short session. So I want to be really transparent about what's going on here. I'm coming back into work as well. I've not ridden since June of 2020. When I last rode, I had a lot of things going on in my life that I was worrying about that contributed to me, for all intents and purposes, having a panic attack while I was riding. And so I'm coming back from that. I need to rebuild my confidence, and she knows it. She knows that I'm rebuilding my confidence, and she needs somebody to be confident because she is the kind of horse that if you're not confident, she'll take over. I mentioned this at the end of the video, but one of the things that I am needing to work on is regaining her trust and her respect. I think she trusts me. I don't think she's confident in me. So now we're going to switch sides because we want to work equally on both sides. And we'll go ahead and go quickly through this. So remember how I said she figured out what we are doing? That's what she's doing here. She knows what we did when we were going in the other direction. So she knows walk, trot, canter, change directions, and then we do it all over again. So she's saying, enough already. Let's get this done. I know the routine. Let me just go do it. So that goes back to when she doesn't listen to me when I ask her to whoa. She knows the deal. So I ask her to whoa again, and once again she's blowing me off. So I tried a different strategy of making her go if she won't whoa, and giving her the opportunity to work through that she doesn't have to work harder than what I'm asking her to do. Now when she gets over there to that side of the arena, she's starting to listen to me asking her to whoa. However, that ground is unlevel, and so it's just easier for her to go back into a canter than it is to try to gain control of herself and continue in the trot that she started to give me. So she knows what the word whoa means, and so I decided to try to get a little bit firmer with her to get her to stop, and so she decides to argue a little bit. And her arguments aren't big. What makes it seem big is that she is big, and she's got a lot of power. So again, I ask her to whoa, and because she is again not listening, I get a little firmer with her. She responds a little bit quicker, but you'll notice at the end, she lets me know how she feels about it. Pretty as pretty does, Ruby. I can't emphasize enough the value of recording yourself while you're working your horse. When you are on the ground, you're only seeing one side of the equation, whereas if you watch yourself on video, you see what you are doing to cause the reaction that your horse is having. As I watched this video, I saw a lot of holes in myself that I need to work on, and I'm going to be doing that in the upcoming weeks. I would love to hear from you. What did you see that worked well? Or what did you see that you would give me a suggestion on how to do better? There were definitely some things that I'm going to be focusing on that I'll feature in those upcoming videos, so I'm glad you're along for the ride. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and ring that bell icon so that you're notified when I upload a video. My plan right now is to do it on Mondays, but I may do it on Friday so you have time to enjoy it over the course of a weekend. Please give me a big thumbs up if you got value out of this video. Again, thank you for joining me. I really look forward to spending this time with you and hope that you have the time to get out today and enjoy your pony. See you soon.